Every year on her birthday, Rebecca received expensive gifts from someone who died 10 years ago. The packages had no return address and no explanation. For a decade, these mysterious presents haunted her special day. When she finally discovered who was sending them and why, her entire life collapsed. This is the story of the birthday gifts. The tea revealed a devastating family secret. Rebecca Martinez was 28 years old. She lived alone in a small apartment downtown. 10 years ago, when she was 18, her father Thomas died in a car accident. The accident happened on her birthday, making it the worst day of her life. Every year since then, her birthday brought only sadness and memories. Rebecca's relationship with her mother Claire had never recovered. Claire blamed Rebecca for Thomas's death. "He was rushing to buy your birthday cake when the accident happened," Claire always said. "If you hadn't insisted on celebrating, he would still be alive." Rebecca carried this guilt every single day. On Rebecca's 19th birthday, something strange happened. A package appeared at her door with no delivery person in sight. Inside was an expensive diamond necklace worth thousands of dollars. The gift card simply said, "Happy birthday, my beautiful daughter." There was no signature or return address. Rebecca was confused and frightened. Who could have sent this, she wondered. The handwriting looked familiar, but she couldn't place it. Rebecca asked her mother and relatives, but nobody knew anything. She decided to keep the necklace, but remained puzzled by its origin. Every year on her birthday, another mysterious package arrived. The second year brought designer shoes that fit perfectly. The third year contained a beautiful watch with her initials engraved. Each gift was more expensive than the last. The handwriting on the cards never changed. Rebecca started documenting everything carefully. She took photos of the packages and saved all the gift cards. "Happy birthday, my princess." One card read, "You grow more beautiful every year," said another. The messages felt personal and loving, which made them even more disturbing. As years passed, Rebecca became obsessed with solving the mystery. She installed security cameras outside her apartment. She hired private investigators to trace the packages. She analyzed the handwriting with experts. Nothing led to any concrete answers. The gifts continued arriving exactly at midnight on her birthday. Rebecca would stay awake, watching through her window, but she never saw anyone delivering the packages. "This is impossible," she thought. "How can someone who's been dead for years keep sending me gifts?" Rebecca noticed that her mother, Claire, acted strangely around her birthday. Every year, Claire would become nervous and avoid Rebecca completely. "I can't handle this day," Claire would say. "Too many painful memories about your father." But Rebecca sensed there was something more. One year, Rebecca saw Claire talking quietly on the phone. "The package was delivered safely," Claire whispered. "She doesn't suspect anything yet." When Claire saw Rebecca listening, she quickly hung up. "Who are you talking to, Mom?" Rebecca asked, but Claire just walked away. In the 10th year, Rebecca hired a new private investigator named Jake Morrison. Jake was more thorough than the previous investigators. He traced the gifts through a complex network of intermediaries. "These packages are being ordered through multiple shell companies," Jake explained. "Someone is going to great lengths to hide their identity. Jake discovered that the gifts were paid for with cash. The orders were placed exactly 1 month before each birthday. Whoever is doing this has been planning each gift carefully, Jake said. They know your size, your style, and your preferences perfectly. This made Rebecca even more confused and frightened. Jake convinced Rebecca to install more advanced security equipment. This year, they captured something extraordinary. At 11:58 p.m. on Rebecca's birthday, a figure approached her door. The person was wearing a hooded jacket and moved carefully. They placed the package down and disappeared quickly. Jake enhanced the security footage using special software. For just 1 second, the person's face was partially visible. Rebecca stared at the enhanced image in complete shock. The facial features looked exactly like her dead father. "This is impossible," she whispered. "My father is dead." Rebecca confronted her mother with the security footage. "Mom, I need you to tell me the truth," Rebecca demanded. "Is my father really dead?" Claire's face went completely white. "Of course he's dead," Claire said nervously. "You attended his funeral." Claire finally broke down and told Rebecca the truth. "Your father isn't dead," she admitted through tears. "He's been alive this whole time." Rebecca felt like the world was spinning around her. "What do you mean he's alive?" she screamed. Claire explained the horrifying truth. 10 years ago, your father got involved with dangerous people. He owed them a lot of money. From gambling debts, they threatened to kill our entire family. The only way to protect us was for him to fake his death and disappear. Claire explained the horrifying truth. 10 years ago, your father got involved with dangerous people. He owed them a lot of money from gambling debts. They threatened to kill our entire family. The only way to protect us was for him to fake his death and disappear. Your father has been living under a new identity," Claire continued. "He works construction jobs in different cities. He can never come home because those people are still looking for him. But he sends gifts every year because he loves you desperately." Rebecca was devastated by this revelation. "So all these years, I've been blaming myself for his death," Rebecca cried. "And he's been alive, watching me suffer. Why didn't you tell me the truth?" Claire sobbed. "We thought it was safer if you believed he was dead. We never meant for you to carry guilt about the accident." Rebecca was devastated by this revelation. Rebecca demanded to see her father immediately. "I don't care about the danger," she said firmly. "I need to see him with my own eyes." Claire was terrified but agreed to arrange a secret meeting. "It has to be very careful," Claire warned. 3 days later, Claire drove Rebecca to a remote park outside the city. "He's waiting by the old oak tree," Claire said. Rebecca's heart was racing as she walked toward the tree. After 10 years of believing her father was dead, she was about to see him alive. Her hands were shaking with anticipation and anger. Thomas was sitting on a bench, looking older and sadder. When he saw Rebecca, he started crying immediately. "My beautiful daughter," he whispered. "I've missed you every single day for 10 years. Rebecca didn't know whether to hug him or hit him. "How could you let me think you were dead?" Rebecca demanded. "How could you let me blame myself for your death?" Thomas broke down completely. "I'm so sorry, Rebecca. I wanted to protect you." I thought if you knew the truth, you might be in danger too. Every birthday gift was my way of staying connected to you, Thomas continued. I worked extra jobs to afford those presents. I watched you from a distance sometimes, making sure you were safe. You have no idea how proud I am of the woman you've become. Rebecca felt a mixture of love, anger, and heartbreak. Thomas explained why he couldn't return to normal life. Those people are still out there, he said sadly. If they discover I'm alive, they'll come after all of us. I have to keep living this fake death to protect you. Rebecca was faced with an impossible situation. So, what happens now? Rebecca asked through tears. Do I have to pretend you're dead? For the rest of my life? Can we ever be a real family again? Thomas looked heartbroken. I don't know, sweetheart. Maybe someday it will be safe. But not now. Rebecca, Thomas, and Claire spent 3 hours together in the park. They talked about everything that had happened in 10 years. Thomas learned about Rebecca's college graduation, her job, her relationships. Rebecca learned about her father's lonely life in hiding. They shared memories and cried together. When it was time to leave, saying goodbye was devastating. Will I see you again? Rebecca asked. I hope so, Thomas replied. But it might be years. I'll keep sending birthday gifts. So you know I'm thinking of you. Rebecca hugged him tightly, not wanting to let go. Rebecca and Claire's relationship began to heal. I understand why you kept the secret, Rebecca told her mother. But no more lies between us. Claire agreed, and they started rebuilding their trust. The annual birthday gifts continued. But now they brought comfort instead of confusion. 1 year later, on Rebecca's 29th birthday, something different happened. Along with the usual gift, there was a longer letter. My dearest Rebecca, it read. The dangerous people have finally been arrested. It might be safe for me to come home soon. I've spent 10 years learning to appreciate every moment of life. I've learned that family is more important than money or pride. I've learned that secrets, even ones meant to protect, can cause terrible pain. But I've also learned that love never dies, even when people disappear. Sometimes the greatest gift isn't what's in the box, but knowing someone cares enough to keep giving. If Rebecca's decade of mystery moved you, please like, subscribe, and share. Have you ever received a gift from someone you thought was gone forever? Tell me your story and